Are you streaming?
I just went live.
Okay.
Hello everyone and good evening. We're going to be doing some family Minecraft. If you can turn the volume down on your Chromebook, Kira, it's coming through your mic.
Oh, my Minecraft?
My Twitch is coming through.
I don't have your Twitch up yet.
Oh, then it must just be my sound coming through your mic.
Minecraft with Mom, that's so cute. Minecraft with Mom, that's so cute.
Where is the echo coming from?
Do you want me to try a microphone?
Oh, the echo might be coming from me. I think I fixed it.
Well, that's good.
Didn't take too long this time around.
Oh, I see your new icon.
Very excited about it.
Time Turtle, join the game.
Yep, we will be doing some Minecraft with the family tonight. I know the title says Mom, but my sister's joining us.
Hi, Judge Fudge.
Time to do just a little bit of advertising.
Hi, Cyborg63.
Oh, hi, Cyborg. Good to see you. Can't beat some family Minecraft content.
Diamonds!
Wow.
That is exciting. Oh. Time Turtle's in bed. And I'm in my mines. I'm coming.
Ow. Nothing like waking up to being slapped awake by your mother. Extra wool? Are you asking or are you offering?
No, I'm asking.
We have a sheep farm.
Oh. Do I even have shears on me?
I think they might be in the chest, but I could be wrong. Ooh, look at my beanstalk.
Yeah, who went to the nether and got all that stuff?
Me.
Oh.
I like how it looks.
Sure.
Whee! Ow.
Wait, I do have shears.
Hello,
I get
green
so
villager.
I get so lost here.
This is our little colony of Tertalia. We got a silly farmer here bouncing up and down. Oh, we got Jimmy stuck in the well. Jimmy, get out of the well. You're a farmer now. He literally broke out of the well and decided he's gonna be a farmer. That's what he wants to do in life.
Good for him. He found his...
He found his calling. We have Mom, you were right. We have so many fishermen. I put like 5 barrels up as a decoration. Thanks for lurking. I know I'm very excited about the 50 followers. I'm hoping that Twitch catches up soon. Mom, do you mean the red berries or the glow berries? Oh, you can bone meal them. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, looks like I cannot dig this way. Just trying to be cool and put a symmetrical window in, but nope. Not allowed. Really? Here too? Okay, here we go. There's some kitty cats in the area.
Oh, I have to get myself one.
So I might need to... Oh yeah, I made a basalt generator the last time I was streaming. I went and used Silk Touch on a bunch of ice, and I did not know you can craft the blue ice and the packed ice, but you can.
Yeah.
So yes, now we have unlimited basalt.
I don't like the texture of basalt. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I mean, I feel like I'm weird and I don't particularly like cobblestone and regular oak planks.
Coming down to finally gather up these diamonds.
Ooh, it's snowing. I have to come back over here and plug this hole so that Jimmy doesn't fall in the well anymore. I swear, colony building is an art of its own. Trying to keep these dummies alive. Also, did a new wandering trader spawn here with his alpacas inside the fence? These guys. The snow's coming down pretty well. Yeah, I swear, the wandering traders are great for free leads. And that's usually about it. It's got a bucket of tropical fish. Are you going fishing because it's raining? Or snowing? The game thinks it's raining. I love how in this biome, the trees turn white when it's snowing.
Yeah, that's just on this version. That's just on Bedrock. It doesn't happen in Java.
Okay. I need to buy Java again, but I feel like I'm gonna play modded Minecraft enough that it will be worth buying it again, so...
That's pretty cheap.
It is. Did I tell you I won a giveaway on Twitch today?
No, what'd you win?
I won a $10 gift card to Amazon.
Hey, that's awesome.
I know, right?
So I have Fortune 3 on my diamond pickaxe, right? And I harvested my, like, diamonds, and it was 4 blocks.
Uh-huh.
Guess how many diamonds I got?
12?
5. Like, really?
Never mind. Alright.
I accidentally
I think I'm
used
going
my
to...
silk touch.
I'm gonna break down this sad excuse for a house. Also, I don't think we have too many villagers that are loose right now. We got this, we got a couple fishermen in here, in the fishing hut. It was so funny. I don't know if it still exists anymore, but my mom had found a really cool looking design for a house that used these barrels as kind of like a base around the outside of it. And she must have had like 30 of them, and then all of these villagers turned into fishermen and were freaking out because they all 30 of them wanted to fit into this small little house to do their job. It was really funny. I'm so used to using that crafting table through the open window here, but I put the glass in, so can't quite reach my arm through the glass to use the crafting table. What a shame. Who took damage?
Not me, I'm in my mind.
Oops. Bedtime.
Oh.
You better start carrying a bed on you.
Yeah, I have one on me. This time. Who are we waiting on?
We waiting on you, Mom?
Oh, she was the one that went to bed. Oh, jeez. She's got monsters.
She's got monsters under her bed.
Something like that. She probably got a creeper in her house again.
Alright, I need more cobblestone with me. Hi, puppy dog. Hi, puppy. What are you excited about? Uh-oh, I do see a creeper.
Oh,
No,
come
where's
on.
my bow? Don't tell me I lost it. Oh,
How'd you
phew.
lose your...
I was gonna cry. Look at this thing. Flame. Sorry. Flame, Unbreaking, Infinity, Punch, and Power.
That's something that you defeat the Ender Dragon with.
See, I do not want to lose it. Okay, now where did the creeper go? Oh no.
Creeper's gonna creep.
He was in town. I saw him.
Maybe he despawned. Think happy thoughts.
That seems foolishly hopeful.
Oh,
You were over here. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where you at? You wanna fight? You wanna fight? I don't trust it. I don't know where he is. I don't trust it. Ow. That was just me breaking my ankles. Not me blowing up.
there's a slime.
I didn't know pandas dropped slime balls.
Pandas?
Yeah, they like spit up slime balls now.
That's new. Well, maybe it's not new. I
No,
don't know.
don't jump! That's right. Go back to work. We need to put more safety precautions in place, or these villagers are gonna hurt themselves.
Oh, jeez.
They always do. Or they all get killed off in a raid.
Yeah, it's like their job or something.
That's why I'm telling you, colony building is a full-time gig in Minecraft. Yep, they just leave you with one single Dave. I ought to get some name tags and start naming villagers after viewers and followers. That sounds like a good idea. Kira, maybe you know. If there's one single villager left in a village, is there any way to get another villager? Or do you need to, like, move one in to breed them?
Yeah, I think you need it. You need two.
Okay.
Oh, crikey.
What'd you do?
There's water in my mind.
Oh, you have a cow pen here now, too?
Ow!
You flooding yourself?
Yes, I'm flooding my mind. And I'm so anal about them, like, being
The
perfect.
torches being perfect.
Yes.
Oops.
So here I go placing them again.
And then you find more water and it
Oh,
breaks.
there's lava!
Oh no! Your mind is cursed.
There shouldn't be
Leave
flowing
and never
lava
come
at this
back.
level.
I hear Inky yelling from downstairs. What am I doing? I am working on connecting this stairway over here, and then it leads up, I think, to your cow and sheep pen area. Just kind of making the mountain a little bit more navigable. Yeah, there's a nice little farm up here. I have to move this stairway because it's going to bother me that it collides with the farm.
Man, this is when I need a sponge.
Oh, that's true. Then you would either need to find a zombie villager to bring to Dave, and then you would need the specific splash potion. I forget exactly what it's called because I am not a Minecraft expert.
I think it's regeneration, but I could be wrong.
You can throw that and heal the zombie villager, and then you would have 2 villagers, and you could... Oh my gosh, Mom! This is too many cows.
Never too many cows.
Rosie, do you remember when you almost crashed the server because you had like 300 chickens in a tiny pen? That was years ago at this point. But I think I remember you almost got banned on the spot because you were kind of new. And our server owner just kind of thought that you were fooling around trying to crash things. Instead, no, you just really like chickens. Oh, I need to go show you guys what my mom does for a chicken farm. Mom, do you have a chicken farm here in Tertalia? Or would I have to go back to the main area? Oh man, that's really sad. I mean, I understand that, like, his computer can only handle so many chickens, but if he's invisible trying to cull them... Of course you have chickens in the basement of your house. Why wouldn't you have chickens in the basement of your house? It is definitely funny in retrospect. Oh, okay, I can call you Rose. Is it Rose or Ross? You can just say if it's first or second. Pronunciations are hard. Ross, okay. Underground beet farm.
Oh my gosh, a skeleton just killed me.
Underground potato farm. See, look, every time she makes a chicken pen, she gives them a little pool of water so that they can splash around and be happy. Oh man, Az is here. Now it is a party. Az, are you gonna get on the server and actually play? Yeah, she likes to watch them splash. Look at how happy they are. Eggs, eggs, eggs. Eggs, eggs, eggs. I'm gonna make some cakes. That's what we should do. We should go make some cakes. Tertalia needs a bakery. This is a neat looking basement you have. Really nice farm. I swear I was gone for like a week, and I came back, and she had built this entire mansion. I think in survival mode. I'm gonna go outside to give you guys a better look. Yeah, we were joking about the 200 chickens, like, on the day that she joined. Oh, is that little side door where you go fishing? So yes, I come back, and we had just, like, started sculpting some pathways and stuff, and figuring out what we wanted to do in town, and I come back, and this is here. As is the start of this little fountain. She had me help get the water. But yeah, check out my mom's survival mountain mansion. I think that's yellow... Is that yellow concrete powder? Just not cured? Uh-oh. Do you not believe in windows? That seems dangerous. See, what you need, Ross, is to get 300 name tags and name all of your chickens. That way he knows you're serious. Oh, you haven't finished it yet. Boing. 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 So what should we work on? I probably want to put some railing up. I'm thinking diorite railing on that new stairway that I just placed, because it seems a little precarious, and the villagers, I promise you, will find a way to hurt themselves. Oh, we are low on diorite. I'm gonna have to go find a quarry.
You can check in my chest.
Okay.
I might have some.
This is a posture check reminder for you all. Sit up straight, stretch, and get some water. I'm gonna need to go one over. It's gonna bother me. You feel very called out? Yeah, me too. Right now I am somehow sitting at my, oh, hold on. That would be why. Let me know if my microphone's too loud. I had the little headset thingy pointed away from me, like a genius. But I'm sitting here, like, with my knees bunged up beside me for some reason. Oh, you've got 2 stacks of diorite. Wow. Never underestimate. What, you like... If it's too loud now, let me know. I can turn it back down. Maybe just a little bit like this. A nice compromise. No, I had turned up the volume in OBS. That's a good compromise, good middle ground. I'll stick with
I think
this.
that sounds good.
Alrighty. Alright, it's in the rich chest. That's right. I was kind of sad. I had to figure out what would happen if I killed my first glow squid. They are very neat and very exciting to watch, but they also drop glowing ink sacs, which you can use to make a glowing item frame. And so what we are doing is trying to create glowing item frames with this crying obsidian, just as like a status symbol around Tertalia.
Where do you find glow squids?
They're actually over here in the water, in the river. I thought that they would have to be, like, somewhere special, so that's why I was freaking out when I found one. Pardon my sniffles, my allergies seem to be bothering me. Man, this thing keeps freezing over. Which, I mean, is not bad because it means I can keep getting more blue ice and making as many basalt generators as possible. I don't see any glow squid at the moment. Going for a nice ice cold swim. Here they are! Do you want to come see them?
Yeah, I'll come and see them.
I'm gonna come back to Tertalia.
Oh, wow. I see him on screen.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's faster. Whee!
Wow, they look really neat.
I know, right?
I like their little glowing particles.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you see how it inked out like a luminescent spot?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, glow squids. I want you as a pet.
It's a shame you can't put them in a bucket.
I know, like you can with the fish. I'm pretty sure you can't. Not with a whole squid.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I mean, it's worth a shot. I have an empty bucket on me. This might be risky. Nope. Oh, I'm gonna die probably. Noises.
Oh no.
Okay. We good. See, this isn't hardcore mode or anything. Wouldn't that be a sad way to die? Yeah, I know, right, Ross? This is like the third time I've had one of them pop in stream, and it doesn't seem to matter if you set your stream to block people from posting links, because those spammy advert bots know that, and then they just put a space in between the website and the .com.
Oh.
Oh yeah, so check out this greenhouse that my mom made. Like, I swear it was overnight. Like, we played together, I went to bed, I got on the next day, and since she is home for the summer, this whole thing was here. It looks like we've got villagers who need some jobs. What kind of jobs do you guys want me to make? If you are not familiar with the job stations, I could make a smoker, put in a butcher. I didn't know you could make soul lanterns.
Yeah.
I knew about the soul campfire. I want a soul
I don't remember how you make them though.
The soul campfire, you need soul soil.
Like, no, the soul lantern.
Yeah. I unfortunately don't have the recipe handy. I'll have to check it out. But yes, I could make a lectern. I could make a cauldron. We don't need another farmer at the moment. I could make a grindstone, a brewing stand, smithing table, fletching table, cartography table, and a blast furnace. Lots of options.
We could always use more librarians, but...
Yeah, that's true. Librarians have a really good function in the game.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that you can get, you can end up getting, like, them to sell you mending books or something really useful of that nature. You gotta level them up a little bit, put some effort in, but totally worth it in my opinion.
Alright, I gotta find a spot to put my house.
I started by building some barracks. I feel like that's always what I do, though. I don't always, like, build a personal house just for me.
I don't usually build a house either.
Do y'all see
I
the
like to make
snow fox?
Small houses.
There's a snow fox.
Oh no, there's a wolf that's gonna kill the snow fox.
Do they fight?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I'm killing the wolves. If I can, but it's hard to tell the difference! They look so similar.
They're both white bipedal creatures.
Yeah.
Ross, I don't know if you've seen the snow foxes before, but as a warning, they sometimes run around with feathers in their mouths because they were fighting with chickens.
Not fighting.
Yeah, we'll just say they were fighting.
There you go.
What am I doing? Oh yes, the rich chest.
The richities.
The richy rich chest.
Oh.
Here, Mom, let me put some cobblestone down for the railing part. Then we should be able to keep it going. go. Lovely. I might replace the cobblestone here with smooth stone. What can you give a sword to? The foxes?
Yeah, I think so.
And yes, I remember that vine. What do you have?
Sun's going down, by the way.
Oh, they pick up anything you throw? I did not know that. It's an interesting mechanic. Do you know when they added the white foxes? Because I know they had the orange ones for a while, but I feel like the white ones are newer and that they have slightly different mechanics. Perfect. That was 32. Sir, you need a job.
Must be the first one to bed.
It was you. It's always you. By the way, it looks like my skin fixed it. Well, kind of. My skin keeps doing really strange things. Oh my goodness, they can set chickens on fire if they are holding a fire sword. That is ridiculous. Oh wait, did we not sleep? I thought we slept.
I thought we did too. That's what I was just thinking. Because you hopped up.
I know.
Unless Az got on.
No, so I hit escape to get out of like that menu, but it was getting me out of. Mom, don't leave the house. There's a creeper. Got him. You're good.
She really has issues with them.
I don't want anything to happen.
They seem to follow her around.
She puts. Oh, there's a Oh no! No! Nuh-uh. You get out of there, Mr. Skellington. You leave these villagers alone. How did you get in there? So yes, I am now going to show off my basalt generator. This is all it is. All you need is soul sand, or sorry, soul soil. Right here, lava and blue ice, and you can just infinitely mine basalt. Which I think it's a pretty cool block. It kind of looks like a darker cobblestone, if you will. And then additionally, you can chisel it if you use the, what's it called? Not the grindstone. The sawmill? Is that what it's called? Whatever this thing is. The stone cutter.
There it is.
You can put it in the stone cutter and make polished basalt, which kind of looks like the chiseled quartz, but black. No, that's not what I wanted. Or, like I had described it earlier, it kind of looks like a stony bark. Oh yeah, I need my mutton. Yum, 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 yum. Delicious. Oh no, who's dying? Well, Mr. Farmer, if you're gonna step in the campfire, I don't know if I can help you. I swear.
Oh, there's a snow fox.
These people. I remember we had accidentally created more or less an iron golem farm because we had a campfire down and like a fence around it, and somehow the iron golem kept ending up in it. And it would just set itself on fire, and we would come back every 2 or 3 minutes and there'd be iron and a poppy on the ground. It was the dumbest thing. I know, picking up the iron was really nice. they literally, they wanted to keep spawning in that area, and if they spawned outside of it, they would, like, find the only grass ledge that you could stand on and somehow end up on top of the fence, and they'd end up in there. Oh, also, my mom likes to put these signs up anywhere that a creeper has exploded and, like, broken something in town. She just puts a sign up that says kaboom. I am gonna go back to our main hub and give you guys a tour of the stronghold that Az and I built together. Most of it was done in survival mode, but past a certain point, like especially even with these portals, past a certain point you get tired of having to farm all of the materials for a very long rail system. So what we did is in this map and the 8 maps surrounding it, we just started marking whatever villages we had and marking their coordinates and then making little warps to them using command blocks. So we have quite a few nice ones. This village number 12 is in new terrain generation for the part 1 of the Caves and Cliffs update. We had quite a few snow villages. But yeah, just there's only so long you can keep farming stuff for rails. You can see, oh man, you were right, Mom. He is putting up some nice banners. This is kind of resembling the old Overcast MC logo, our old server. We used to run a survival multiplayer server together. Yeah, this stronghold's looking great. For the most part, a lot of what we did in here was done in survival mode, but understandably so. There's only so long you can go before that becomes a little tedious, especially, of course, with me wanting to build things out of basalt, at least until I found the basalt generator. Yeah, this is where the inadvertent iron farm was. Like, somehow they would go from here over to here and then end up in there and die. This village kind of cleared out, not in a raid. I'm gonna go see if they're down there. Well, hello, wandering trader llama. I'm gonna see if they're still underground. Because what happened is, my mom had a mine. And I think it was before she had the fence gate up. Yeah, look at all these idiots. They fell into the mine, and the entire village ended up deciding that they were just gonna repopulate down here. So all of the villagers up top died or despawned. Now there's just these guys. And it looks like she built them some nice little barracks so that they can actually sleep, but there's not enough job stations down here. Look at all of them. This is stupid. And then I can see she has a nice little librarian station down here so that you can check and see. Here's a Fortune 1 book that you can buy. Here's a bookshelf. Here's a Bane of Arthropods. Some of these stopped being villagers. Or, they stopped being librarians, rather. Huh? Huh? Unbreaking. And then we're back to the Fortune 1. But yeah, there's a silly amount of villagers down here. By the way, how's the graphics quality? It looks a little bit dark, but it might just be my second monitor where it looks dark. What? Well, now that seems silly. I swear.
Don't swear.
I'm gonna swear. If I remember right, this leads to Judge O'Fudge's mine. I just don't remember how to get out of it. He is very good at the strip mining. Watch me get lost down here forever. It's okay, I can teleport myself. I won't tell anyone if you won't. I know, I really do think that I'm gonna have to re-buy the Java edition because I like playing the modded version so much. Alright, I'm gonna teleport. Kira, can I teleport to you? Or Barry?
Yeah, you can teleport to me. You might fall off my roof, but...
That's right, clever.
Yeah, I need to change my name.
Alright, I did not fall off your roof.
That was pretty
Oh,
impressive.
cute. I like where you're setting up your house.
Thank you. I think it's just gonna be a... I don't know, like a little one.
So anyway, I'm gonna go back here now that I'm not lost in the mine after showing you the silly villagers. There's like... Here's a lone fisherman up on the top side. Oh, this is another thing that my mom likes to do. She likes to tame the village cats and have them sit every so often to keep creepers out. It works surprisingly well. Ooh, I like this. I think this is stuff that... I think here in the center and some of the surrounding stuff is where Azarago started to use creative mode. Again, I don't really mind. I think the fun is in building things together. Gathering it is fun too, but creative mode is a different kind of fun. But for the most part, the majority of this entire little foundry we built here, all of these walls, this tower, fountain, the she shed, as we're calling it because it's nice and pink, and I have all of my storage in there. And then even this little guild hall that I built, this was all done in survival mode.
Oh, it's nighttime.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna miss Sky Factory 2 and roguelike adventure dungeons and even a little bit of RL Craft, maybe Pixelmon. I'm gonna miss them too much, so I think I'm probably going to take the money I won in today's giveaway and put that toward repurchasing the Java edition of Minecraft. It's so silly too. Like, I've had the account for 10 years, but of course, like 10-ish years ago is when they switched... Hello, bee. 10 years ago is when they switched, like, payment providers. Show your sheep farm, the one over here. Yeah, we have a nice, little tailor shop here. Some banners. Plenty o' sheep. Go inside here. There's some wool, a loom. Look at all that rainbow wool. Heck yeah. And then you come out here, and looks like there's almost a different pen for every color. A couple of the sheep are sharing. We got some nice banners. Some wheat to breed them. This is my mom's clever way of being able to get out of a farm without the animals also escaping. And then we've got our muted color sheep over here. Lots of grays. Here's another chicken pen. Look at them splashing. What are you even supposed to do with this many eggs? Also, there's a cat down here. They were sharing because they wouldn't behave. That's so silly. I guess we're lucky that foxes can't get in here because they would have a field day in that chicken pen. Pardon my sniffles. Oh, you like using carpets on top of fences? That way you can jump on the carpet, but they can't. Boing, 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 boing. I started watching someone by the name of I Am Heartbreak on Twitch, and they do a lot of like Minecraft parkour. There's like this huge parkour pyramid map, and it's almost like a visual ASMR to just watch them because they are just constantly moving and jumping and moving and bouncing, and then like they'll stop and they'll like sprint forward to be able to make a new jump. It's amazing. Let me yeah, let me show off. Oh, did he block the way to my skeleton farm? That probably happened a while ago. Here it is. We found a skeleton dungeon really close to... What are you doing down here? Oh, we found a skeleton dungeon really close to, the surface. So, like, we just heard the skeletons all the time. Sometimes you have to hover up here to get them to start spawning. I hear the water, so I think it's still active. Yeah, there they go. They start dropping. It's unfortunate that you have to, like, be physically close enough to the spawner to get them to start dropping. But, I mean, here's as many bones and as many, bows as you could ever possibly want. I know you can combine them. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that second chest was all bows. Oh, that's funny. Bones and arrows over here. I had tried to set up redstone that would turn on and off the water dispenser, which would start pushing them back. Like, it spawns them in an area, and then it would push them down into the hole where they would fall and get funneled into one place. That's right, I'm out of food. It's a good thing. There's a ton of raw beef here. Are you back, Barry?
Yeah, I'm back.
/ clever sphinx. Yeah, it was funny. When we first built this foundry, and we still had all of the villagers topside, they swarmed to this thing. Like, they would stand at these workstations all day, every day. But, unfortunately now, the issue is that they are all underground. And villages don't work super well on a vertical level. They can work better on a horizontal level. That's right. I forgot there are furnaces in here. And I know we could clear out the villagers down underneath, and maybe we will, but for the time being, since we're focused on building up Tertalia, it seems like that's the move that makes more sense. Darn it, I don't have any coal.
I gotta finish my house in the main area.
See, I don't know how to get them back up from, like, strip mine level. That's my main issue. Yeah, relocate, in air quotes. I suppose we could. We would have to try to funnel them all. Oh my gosh. Back when we had a realm, we tried and succeeded to put a village in a ravine. So, like, what it took was a minecart system that pushed villagers. It pushed the villagers to the new town, and then we made a funnel. Sorry, it looked like the stream dropped out there for a second. Then we made a funnel, like a wall of cobblestone, basically, to, like, a 1x1, or a 1 wide space so that they would move. And I probably should have put beds down to lure them, now that I think about it. We didn't at the time. But we ended up moving them all down into the ravine. We had already made it safe so that they couldn't, like, fall further down. And put the bell down in the middle, and eventually they started, like, they found their beds, they started working at their workstations, and then we put the bell down and they started going there and gossiping. It was amazing. It seems like it should be easy enough to move them all back topside, and honestly, since Az is building here again, it would be nice to get the village bustling again. Maybe we will start working on that soon. I don't think I'm ready yet. I am very easily distracted when it comes to village building. Like, I'll start one project, and then I will see another one and say, ooh, shiny, I want to go build this. And sometimes I feel like survival mode can be even more challenging than creative mode, because you have to gather the resources. You don't always know what resources you want to gather. So you spend all of this time gathering resources, and then suddenly you have like too much of one thing, not enough of another thing. It's a whole ordeal. For those of you just joining, welcome. This is some cozy Minecraft with my family. Is Dad nearby watching, Kira?
No, he's at Hershey Park.
Oh, that's right, he's working. I forgot.
Yeah. They scheduled him like a lot of hours.
This is a nice little house you got here. Yeah, I feel like they do keep scheduling him for a lot. Okay, what does it take to make a soul lantern? Maybe I just need to look at a crafting table and then I can view the recipe. Yes, you need iron nuggets and a soul torch. And a soul torch, you need soul sand. So, I might have to go to the nether to get some soul sand. Unless, Fudge has any in his mine. The one downside to having black glass windows is that it always looks like it's nighttime outside. Oops.
I've got 25 soul sand.
That's a lighting glitch. 25 soul sand, you say?
Yeah.
Where at?
You know where my tree houses are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that base then.
Yep.
Okie doke. It's getting to be too close to nighttime.
Yeah.
For me to come over today. But since I'm back in the stronghold, I'm gonna check and see what we have. 2 soul sand. Lots of netherrack. Blink. I like the shroom light a lot. It looks really neat. You know what playing this has made me nostalgic for, Ross? I kind of missed the whole Skytowns map that we had going for so long. And I also remember, like, we tried so hard to set it up to be something that would take time, and we still had people who, like, tried to grind their way to progress within a day of the map loading. I mean, that's to be expected, I suppose. I know, speedrun strats. Always. And forever. Alright, well I got 2 soul sand. I'm gonna check Fudge's mine. Did he? Az! Did you get rid of the mine? He got rid of the access to the mine. You brat. Well, now what?
Now you come over to my tree houses and get some.
I guess so. I want to find my way down there, though. He had all of his iron and diamonds down there.
Mm.
What is this target block? It is a target block.
Yeah,
wow. I'll go over and check out Kira's treehouse first.
Oh, it's not just one treehouse.
Treehouse base. So many animals. One second. I am going to save and quit real... No, I can get the IP another way. I can get the IP from Discord. So far, in terms of streaming, I have Stardew Valley on Sunday with CGRH, and then I also have Multiplayer Madness Thursday, where me, Fudge, and up to 1 or 2 other people are going to play some sort of multiplayer game. Right now, we have Diablo 3, we have Minecraft Dungeons, we have a game called Dauntless. And of course, we always have Minecraft as an option for a multiplayer game. Oh, you got netherite. I still have never found netherite. Also, which chest?
I already gave it to you.
Oh, I do have it, don't I? Well then. I need to go back to my she shed and get some more cooked steak. I'm also sad because I realized that switching from my laptop to this brand new PC for streaming means that I'm going to most likely lose my Pam's Harvest Craft progress that I had. Granted, it wasn't much. Like, I had found a lot of crops, but I had barely built anything up.
Sometimes it's nice to start over.
It can be, and I also think I'm gonna try to go for a slightly different pack of mods. Like, I enjoy the Pam's Harvest Craft mod, but I was frustrated that I couldn't search any of the recipes within the game itself, that I had to go outside, more or less.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to build the torch from scratch in order to make the soul torch. Alright, Mom, I might need you to show me how to get to Fudge's mine. But first, check this out. So I think it has to be on a flat. Yeah. Check it out. They're shiny and blue.
I wish that it, like, gave off more light.
Yeah. Granted, it's not nighttime, so I don't know how much light it is or isn't going to give off, but I can understand that. Alright, well, that's 4, so I need more iron. I will follow you now. Still got 4 viewers. Thank you all. This has been a really good stream so far. For some reason, Twitch can get kind of weird with people lurking in the stream. So, oh, really?
Oh no.
And Mom drank up all that XP juice.
All those 7 levels.
Were there 7 levels? I didn't know how
Yeah,
many I
it's just
had.
7 levels.
Alright. F in chat. But as I was saying, Twitch can get kind of weird with people lurking. Like if you don't have volume on, it will stop counting you as a viewer after long enough. It's kind of strange. Hopefully now that I can hit affiliate probably within the next 24 hours, I will make sure that's well known, because I think there's a lurk command that can let people know that, hey, I'm just gonna hang out and watch your stream for a little bit. This way? I'm too fast. Here we are. I'm gonna go make sure, but I'm pretty sure he closed it off. Either that or I'm just blind as a bat. Nope, okay, he did. He totally closed it off. I might reopen it and try to connect it somewhere else, because I agree it wasn't really a great location, but we don't want to lose all of this lovely loot. It was also our main nether portal. But yeah, as you can see, quite a lot of stuff. Ooh, plenty of diorite. That's the main chest. Yeah, I'm gonna head up and see if I can.
Oh, nighttime.
Oh, it's nighttime.
Just getting there.
Okay. We'll have to start working our way back up. You might have to wait for us a little bit.
That's fine. Unless you guys want to stay up the night.
I mean, I don't particularly.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go the normal way for now, because I can't figure out what he did. There we go. I blame you, Az. Let the record show that I blame him. Mom, you're heading back through your mine, it looks like. Okay, yeah, so it was here. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. No, I don't have the sign on me anymore. Look at these bees. Buzz. let me show you some of our other towns. Oh my. I went to Juniper jurisdiction, and there are like 5 villagers just standing right here at the warp without job stations.
I see some glow squid.
What, around here?
No, I'm around my house.
Okay.
My main house.
I always forget how this town is set up.
There's also a skeleton under the water.
Isn't Juniper where Mom had the library mansion set up, or am I in the wrong place?
I think you're in the wrong place.
Okay.
That one was like marked with like coral. Like it.
Oh,
had
you're
something
right.
About...
It was like the beach house. And oh, he did make an official way? That's good. Here it is. Yeah, forest and coral. I started on a nice little beach house over here, and then I never got back to it. I get that way with this game sometimes. You got some villagers down in the... Oh, he put it in the she shed.
There's an axolotl!
Aw.
Oh my gosh!
Where are you at? Can I TP?
Yeah. He's in the water down here. He's brown.
He's brown?
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to approach him, because don't they attack?
I don't know. I'll find out. There's so many of them. Hi, little guys.
That's what I heard earlier. It must have been.
Hi.
There's a golden one.
Oh, there is. Aren't you pretty? Don't you need a bucket of tropical fish for them?
Yeah. It makes them breed, I think.
I thought it was how you tamed them, too. Skeleton, what are you doing here?
They're kind of weird with taming. You see what I deal with?
You can
I
pick
got
up the
lawyers.
axolotl in a bucket?
You what?
I'm gonna do it.
I don't think you can, but you can try.
If I can't, I blame Rosie.
Get the baby one. Oh, you got one in a bucket?
I do.
Oh, I'm getting that baby.
I remember when this update first came out, not too long ago even, people were like losing their mind over trying to breed a blue axolotl. I think for some reason that's like the rarer color or something.
It's the rarest one.
So they were really, really trying to breed blue.
Redria, I can't take the baby because then I'm separating it from the mother.
Oh,
and I can't take the mother because then I'm leaving a baby by itself.
So take them both.
Yeah, but where would I put them?
I don't know. I'm gonna find a place for this guy.
I'm just gonna let them enjoy living around my swamp.
What are you doing
Yeah.
in my swamp?
So she's gonna say, insert Shrek joke.
Hey mom,
here.
hey mom, hey mom. Did you get my steak from earlier? When I fell and died? And it was really sad. Yeah, I am gonna make a little aquarium. We got plenty of glass back over in Tertalia. Ow! I asked you for food and you slapped me. Rude.
Oh, they're so cute. Did you know that, if they're like being attacked by a mob, they'll play dead.
I didn't.
And then they regenerate while they're playing dead.
Interesting.
Like, it's so funny.
Alright, now where do I want an aquarium? Do you have any extra glass blocks? I've got 27.
I only have 20 panes.
I'm gonna use whole blocks to make the aquarium, I think.
Yeah.
Owie. There go my ankles. Bucket of adult gold axolotl. That's a mouthful.
So I could have taken the baby.
I believe so.
And it would have said baby.
Probably. So then, in that case, Ross, do you not actually have to tame the axolotl? Also, I can't stop, like, chuckling to myself because I keep remembering it was either a TikTok or a Vine or something, but somebody put, like, they put a bee on a lead and they, like, named it and it was their pet, and they just brought that bee everywhere. And then they brought it into the Nether and it ended up getting fireballed by a ghast. And then they had a funeral and it was a whole thing. As it should be when your bee does not make it.
Reminds me of the Vine where the guy says, "Hi, my name is Michael with a B, and I'm deathly afraid of bees." And the guy says, "Where's the bee?" And he freaks out. "There's a bee!" It reminds me of.
I too would like to know where the bee is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably could go get sand from a desert village. But I feel like that's how I get sidetracked, and then suddenly I'm setting up I'm setting up a colony in a desert village because I tried to go get sand to make a glass aquarium. And that's sometimes why I feel like I enjoy building in creative mode, is because there's way less of this, I call it like a quest chain level of distraction. Because it reminds me of, like, in Legend of Zelda, like, most of the Legend of Zelda games actually have some kind of, like, quest, like a trading quest where, oh, you get this item, then you have to go trade it for this item, then you have to go trade it for this item. And that's what I feel like happens to me in this game. I am tearing this down to build a very small aquarium.
You tearing my house down?
I hope this isn't your house.
Oh no, that's not my house. It just looked like it for a sec.
That'd be real crappy. You were like, hey, come look at my house, and then 10 minutes later, oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was a default house.
I mean, that would maybe be a bit of a compliment.
It could be. I find the default houses to be simple, but almost a little bit, like, too small. Usually they're extremely minimalist.
They are very small, but I think they have a lot of, like, variety of texture.
They do, and I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I think the fastest way, if we want to clear all of this snow, is just to go get a bucket of water. I do have a shovel, but it is almost broken. And it's broken now. That's payback. I started a snowball fight with Mom. Because she has slapped me twice tonight. I think if you put it right in the middle here, it won't lean to one side, it'll go to all four. I sure hope that the axolotl can live forever in that bucket, and I don't have to worry about it. Hey, villagers, why don't you want to go to sleep? But yes, thank you guys very much for helping me with my average viewer count and getting my follower count up. It's been super duper great. I still can't believe I went from like 30 to 55 followers today alone. Yeah, following is free. Subscribing, which you can only start getting subscribers once you are a Twitch affiliate. Train of thought. Choo choo. Yeah, following's free. Subscribing is what costs money. And since I'm not officially an affiliate yet, I have all of the requirements met, but I haven't gotten the email. I can't have subscribers just yet. I think following will mostly just... It'll send you a notification to whatever device you have Twitch installed on to let you know when I'm live. Thank you for that follow. If you heard that little noise, that's what that was. Alrighty. Now we just need to convince Dad to make an account and become a follower. Sniffly.
Yeah, my one coworker had like a sinus headache all day.
Oh no, that's no fun.
Yeah.
This is going to end up being a very small aquarium, so I think what I'm going to do is allow it to be viewed from the outside. I think I want sand in the bottom of it. Maybe... I would put podzol down if I had it. I don't know if I can spawn a large...
I have...
You have podzol?
I think so.
There's plenty of it around. I think I just need to use a silk touch to take it.
Yeah, you need silk touch.
I know, I'm breaking glass.
Did you know there's a new glass now called... Oh, I don't quite remember what it's called. It's a new type of glass that lets no light through.
Interesting.
And you can break it and you'll collect it.
Oh.
But you need to use like amethyst shards to make it.
Interesting.
Which I think is the same thing that you need to use to make a, is it a telescope?
Oh, is that that's what that was. I know in Cyborg's stream I saw he had something strange in his inventory and I was like, what is that?
Yeah, and like you can actually zoom in without Optifine.
Very nice.
I want to find an amethyst geode.
So what you want to do then is go back to the Cirrus hub and go to the village in the 1.17 generation. Because,
Oh, I didn't know we had one.
yes, Az went out and found one right after the update launched so that we could get to new content. But basically, that's the gist of it, is that in existing generated chunks, it can't go back and, like, add those things in.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think we would want it to, because it could, like, delete
delete areas out. Certainly wouldn't want that. I know we have more glass somewhere. Time for me to go find it. Sand is a little scarce at the moment.
I use it to make concrete a lot.
We do, and we probably used a lot of it on the greenhouse over here, which looks amazing, so I'm not complaining. I am excited by how Tertalia is coming along. It's a very nice little town. Time to break my ankles again. I like impulsively jumping off rooftops.
I mean, who doesn't?
Parkour! So, what kind of stuff should I put as the floor for my axolotl? I forget. Moss blocks. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's in the new... I don't know if they're actually in the game yet. There are these new, like, underground, foresty caves, but I don't think they added them.
It's weird because the moss carpet is here and I can search it, but I can't do anything with the moss block itself.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because you can't do anything with it yet?
I don't know. This was kind of a weird update.
It was, and I will preface this by saying I think avoiding what game developers call crunch time, which is where it's a lot of like mandatory overtime to try and push to get a game done in time for an announced release date. I think avoiding crunch time whenever possible is very important. So I'm glad that they decided to release the Caves and Cliffs update in 2 parts so that they could avoid crunch time and forcing people to be stressed out of their minds. But it did make for a very weird update schedule.
I know that you can get, like, moss and that kind of stuff in creative mode, but...
Don't know if you can yet in survival.
Yeah, I don't know.
So this is so weird. We have 2 villagers in Tertalia that have blue jackets, and then the rest of them are your normal tundra villagers with, like, their brown furry coats. But we still have 2 of the ones with the blue jackets, and I think they look super cool. It must just be, like, a biome-specific thing. Maybe I can't check my, biome. Alright, Ross, sounds good. Lurking is fine by me. I'm gonna head back to the stronghold to see if I can find any more sand, or maybe some other kind of... You know what? I've got white concrete powder. Well, I guess it'll get cured when I put water on top of it.
Yeah, I think it looks fine, though.
I think it does, too.
Unless you want a really cozy look.
Well, I was hoping for the white concrete powder so it would look like a sandy aquarium bottom, like almost like a white sand.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not really a way to prevent it from curing, I don't think.
No, not really.
I'll have to keep looking. I don't see the way to get into Fudge's mine from the she shed. Yeah, if I put glass directly on top, then you can at least see the texture. It'll just be a little bit further away. Oh, here it is. She's got a second trapdoor to get down into the mine. I see it now. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I didn't realize he had put a second trapdoor in. It was tucked away very well. Oh, it is bedtime. Come on. Boing. Ugh, big yawn. I've been struggling for a little bit to get used to a new sleep schedule because Fudge was working a job with like a 3 a.m. to a 9 a.m. shift, and it's pretty awful. It's about as awful as it sounds. Having to like go to bed at 7 p.m. and plan on taking naps. And like, no matter what he did, and this is no fault of his, I would wake up when it was time for him to get up for his shift. But after a little on-the-job injury, he is no longer working there. Definitely can't blame him. Do you know if you can get deep slate in survival mode yet?
I have no idea.
So I don't... My gut tells me no, you can't. Mostly because it's something that's supposed to spawn like where bedrock spawns now and tell you that, hey, you're going down into the deep underground. But since they haven't made those changes yet...
Yeah, they do have deep slate.
Oh, they do?
I forgot what it was for a second.
Yeah, it's like the new, deeper, harder cobblestone.
Yeah, they have that now, I believe.
Do you know where it spawns?
Really far down.
Helpful.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
I gotta plug in my Switch, it's dying.
Oh no. Yeah, I forget you always like to play on your Switch. Mom, are you playing on, your computer?
What was that?
I wasn't sure if Mom was playing on her computer.
Oh, yeah, she does.
I forget, does she even have the Switch version?
She does, but she never plays it.
I feel like the controls, they can be difficult, especially for combat.
Yeah, when I first started playing on it, it was interesting.
Just a little bit rough. Alright, I was able to find a little bit of sand. So I am making a stack of glass, but it's definitely good to get some more. We are going to want it. Aw. I was doing so well with my parkour. Six stacks, my goodness. She wasn't fooling around.
Oh, more glow squid.
Oh yeah, I think we got our 6th member of the Cool Gamer Retirement Home community today. So now we are 6 streamers strong. Just a small group of people who are all starting out streaming at the same time, figuring out how it works. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. EST we will be doing Stardew. I do wish that you could have more than 4 people on a Stardew map. Like, it'd be nice if they could drop in or something of that effect. But to do that, you need to, like, have them drop in, and then you need to delete that character. And it's just messy. Can you still hear me, Kira?
Yep, I hear ya.
Okay. My Discord sometimes does that thing where it, like, kicks me out of the call, so I just wanted to make sure.
There's an adorable golden axolotl.
I'm gonna put my golden one.
Oh.
I need a little bit more glass.
Oh, it's raining. We know where Mom's going.
It's fishing time. She's on a fishing mission. I need more coal here, actually. I'm running out. Trust me, we've got plenty everywhere else in the map, but here in this specific town, I'm running low. If you're still enjoying the stream, give me a hi in chat. I'm chasing after your highs. Welcome back. We're building a little aquarium for our axolotl friend. And it's raining, so my mom's gonna go fishing. There's an achievement for getting 5 people to chat at the same time, and I had 5 viewers there, so I was really hoping.
I'm sure you'll get it next time.
Next time. I had 7 people earlier when Az was in.
Yeah, you did have a lot at the beginning.
Alrighty.
Snow is so much prettier in the bedrock version, I think.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. Well, the trees change color.
I do like that. I actually thought it was a biome thing. He's looking at you. Look at him with those big old eyes.
Yeah, I might have to go to that new town in the 1.17 and just set up a basic mine.
It's not a bad idea just to see what you can get there in the new resources.
Yeah.
I think that was his idea, was, okay, let's set up a warp point in the new. Oh my goodness, no! Get out of the ice! He froze!
Oh no! You're gonna freeze him!
No! I need to get a roof on this
something.
thing.
Put some shroom lights at the bottom.
Oh, is that a thing? Yeah, I have no idea if he's okay when the water freezes. Now I'm panicking a little bit. I'm gonna run back to main base and grab those shroom lights.
Yeah, maybe have Chrissy watch.
Yeah, you watch him. If you have a bucket and he freezes, you can break the ice and then you can scoop him up. I love how mystical looking. Go ahead.
I don't know if shroom lights keep things warm. I think glowstone does.
Okay. Well, I will bring both because I like how the shroom lights look and I can decorate the aquarium with them. I can also get some more of those nether placeables. Or maybe some kelp.
You can't kelp yourself.
I was gonna make that same joke.
Great,
I wonder if we're related. It's getting to be nighttime. Is he frozen again? No, he looks okay. I have to be careful because I don't want him to break out, so I can't place anything down yet.
Yeah, they can walk on... I forgot to mention this. They can be on the land.
Oh, I had figured as much. More than anything, I'm afraid of him, like, jumping out of containment.
Sorry, I just had an Enderman jump scare me. I was, like, fishing, and I turn around, and he's right there. Like, excuse me, bro?
Spider bro, spider bro.
Ender bro.
There is a spider bro. He's mad. He wants me to be dead. It didn't have to end like that. You made me do it.
Mobs, go away.
Oh, I should have gotten more, whatchamacallit, more glass while I was back in bed. That would have been the smart thing to do. I'm smelting some now. Oops. And I think I want some more diorite or andesite to make a nice trim around the roof of the house. I hear another spider bro. I don't know if he's gonna play nice. We'll do stone brick because I have a lot of stone brick. Am I going to give him more room top to bottom? I don't know. I was gonna try to make the entire thing the same height as that I have it now. Like, glass-wise. Oh, I heard him squeak. I don't know, do you feel like 3 blocks of height with water is enough space? He's gonna get this entire glass tank. Oops. Oh yes, he will get more water. This is just all I have right now. I believe I can... So what I want to do is, this is an infinite water source. Well, underneath is an infinite water source. It's being kind of stubborn.
The ice doesn't help.
No, it's not frozen now anyway, but the fact that it could be is kind of annoying. There we go. Oh! What are you doing? How did you get up there? You naughty little thing. I almost lost him.
It's okay. They'd probably have another one.
You can't talk about them that way. He is precious to me. He is made of gold.
He is precious.
So, at least until I get a roof on top of most of it, I'm not going to give him that third level of water because I think he could just jump right out on the surface at this point. But if I put a nice little ring of slabs, I don't know if he could make the jump. Ice, can you not? Can you not? My goodness. I'm just waiting for me to fall into the axolotl enclosure. It's more likely to happen than you think. Pardon my sniffles. Oh, you gotta love the Minecraft music. It's so peaceful.
Oh, cool. The new village is my favorite type.
What? So, what new village is it? I should come and check it out.
The
17?
Yeah.
But, like, what kind of village is it?
It is a taiga forest.
Oh. Is that the one with the blue shirt villagers?
I don't know. I haven't really seen many.
Okay. I might need to get more stone brick.
No, it seems like it's the ones...
Brown with the puffy?
Yeah, fluffy, puffy. Oh, a baby puppy!
Yaw.
They're so cute, except when they attack the wolves. Right now, the baby puppy's attacking the sheep.
Aw.
You say aw.
It's a mixed feelings aw.
And there's an orange fox. Don't you dare attack that fox, you bad wolves. It's the only time I'll ever kill a puppy.
Rude.
They're trying to kill the poor fox.
Chrissy, can you go and get me some more stone brick slabs? I'm trying to make sure this little guy doesn't jailbreak. I need 2. I know there's one in the water, but I don't think I can reach it without trapping myself to a lifetime of living in the aquarium. Now, I don't know if I can place a fern underwater, actually. No, I cannot. He likes the little dirt block I placed for him, though. He went right to it.
I was just gonna say, how do you know he likes it?
Because he went right to it. Oh, I built him a little hidey hole down here, and he went right to that. I want it to feel like a real terrarium. Mossy is okay. I got 4. Thank you. What noise is that, Kira?
That's my chair dying.
Oh. I live here now. Blub 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 blub. What do you think? Does he look happy in there? I'm gonna go get a bunch of trapdoors. I'm thinking of doing like birch ones. That way it's kind of open air to cover it from the top. But like give some... You can't see him. He's right down... Oh, yeah, he's down in, right behind that dirt block. I made him a little hidey hole and he went into it immediately, of course. Oh, it is bedtime.
Haha, villager, I beat you to the bed. Go find another one.
Yes, he is hiding. I wonder if I have a name tag. It's just a very sniffly kind of day.
Yeah, me too.
You can kind of see him in the hidey hole, but... Oh, you have a name tag down in your fishing area? That might be worthwhile. Maybe he doesn't like being in containment. He's spinning. I'm getting rid of the hidey hole because he seemed to get kind of weird with it. How's that look? I also want to get him some kelp to hide in. Yeah, look at him. Much better. So the name tag is down in your fishing area? In your house? The fishing area is by the sea. Villager, don't jump! You are going to hurt yourself. I feel like we need to start making the village just a little bit safer, and then we can let a lot of the villagers out of captivity. It was a funny thing that we did in the first realm that we had, where we trapped 2 villagers in a house by putting a fence gate down instead of a door. And then those 2 villagers were the mayor and their partner. And that way they wouldn't die. And the village would always be redeemable. Oh, this is nice. Nice little fishing nook. Safe from the elements. And you can go outside. I love it. Now I forget, do I need an anvil to be able to rename the name tag? I think I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did forget the kelp, didn't I? Is it in the ocean down there? Oop. Nope, don't want to fall down there. Is it in the ocean or is it in a chest? It is in the ocean. Whee! Oh no, there's a drowned! Whee! The visibility of the stream still seems good. It can be weird when I'm like underwater, it just looks really dark. So what I'm going to do is plant some kelp right outside here. And that way it's right here. You can harvest it whenever. Though I suppose, I can't remember which map it was. You had a really nice kelp farm and yeah, it was over in the villager, or the librarian town. Coral Forest. So we at least have a nice kelp farm on the server. It's always funny when we keep spreading ourselves across like so many different villages just because we find one that looks really cool. And we say, hey, I want to build here. To me, the colony building is a really fun mechanic. And I don't even think it's necessarily what Mojang was going for, but it works, you know? Alright, now little guy's got some kelp. Aw, he looked up at me to say thank you. This is too cute. Hello, little fox.
What? They're axolotls underwater. Sorry, in the cave.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure underwater is one of the places you can find them.
Yeah, they're in a cave.
That's silly.
It kind of scared me. I thought it was like a new mob.
Yeah. It's like, nope. Just this little thing. Break my ankles.
I have no idea. Is it near bedtime in the game?
I have no idea either. I don't have a clock. I ought to invest in one.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, this little axolotl's so happy. No, it's not near bedtime. Good to know.
Okay. Alright, starting my mine. I'll let you know if I find anything new.
Alrighty.
Other than the axolotls
That scared you.
underground.
Oops. This is not where I wanted to be. Villager, get off the roof! Stop it. I don't know if the soul torches will count as a warmth source. Because what I'm trying to do here right outside of the aquarium is plant some of my extra kelp and then put some trapdoors down. But what I need to do first is put some sand down, because I think it grows best on sand or dirt. The kelp. Or maybe it only...
Ooh,
What's
posture
that?
check.
Yeah, posture check.
I was not sitting well.
You were shrimping?
I was having my feet, my legs up in a crisscross applesauce.
I think I hear the villagers hemming and hawing. It's the gossip hour. Where did I put the bell? Yeah, that's right, it's here. Oh, that works. I didn't think it would work. Last time I rang the bell, they didn't care. So that means this is an official village now. In case you were worried. Gonna make a mess here real quick. And clean it up. There we go. Soon bedtime. In the game or in real life? I think you mean in the game. But I have been streaming for a very nice 2-hour-long chunk. So if it's time to wrap up, that's fine too.
Oh wow, it is late.
I know, right?
Not late, but...
Yeah, it's not crazy late, but it is a little late. I got a pet axolotl, and I am working on the aquarium for him. Oh yeah, I still want to name him. I don't think we have an anvil here at Tertalia yet. So I'm heading to the Cirrus Stronghold where I know we have one. I just don't know where. Isn't that always the struggle? Here it is. What do we want to name my golden axolotl?
Goldie.
We gotta vote for Goldie. Anyone else?
Lil Champion.
See, Champion's a good dog name. If you've watched Parks and Rec.
Yeah, that's true. Time Turtle likes Goldie. Goldie reminds me of a golden retriever.
Another dog name.
Yeah.
We'll go with Goldie or Goldilocks.
I think I just like Goldie. But I'll let other people vote.
Chat's a little quiet at the moment, so I think we will go with Goldie. It's not like we can't get another axolotl to put into... No, I'm not gonna name it that. It is yellow, though. So I appreciate the sentiment. I also like the 6,000.
I'm lost.
See, I need to work with Fudge and see if he can help me get my overlay set up with the chat window being just a little bit better. Oh, look at Goldie. He's looking at us. Are you ready for your name tag? Yay, Goldie! Yay! I feel like I'm probably done fooling around in there for a little bit. I just need to finish the actual building. It's funny because I built this building and I was like, yeah, this looks like a good size, and it just feels so tiny. But he's got enough room to move around in there and he seems pretty happy. At least as happy as a digital axolotl can seem.
Right.
His happiness is very important to me.
Well, that's good. It's good that you want to care for your virtual pet. It says a lot about your real pets.
Yes. They are living their best lives. We got 2 cats and a dog. I am heading back to Cirrus real quick again. I want to grab some birchwood. Hi, Tommy. Happy to have you on the stream. I'm just doing some Minecraft night with my family. I've got my mom and sister with me.
Hi.
And we are all playing on a server together. Oh, that's right, since there's actually a real way to get down there, I will get rid of this little temporary thing I put up. I don't have a shovel to fix the path, though. Sorry, Az. Yes, I'm here for birchwood. I'm surprised I still haven't fixed up the basement of the she shed. Like, I've had it for so long. Today, we went and found a golden axolotl in the wild, and I decided to build a small terrarium for it. We have named him Goldie. If I remember, I can't remember. Az may have gone into creative mode for that hub, but for the most part we do play in survival. Here is Goldie in his new habitat. He's got enough room to swim around. He's got some nice lighting and some kelp to play in. Living his best life. I need to do an inventory check soon. My pockets are full. Ah! There was a fox in my house. And by my house, I mean the one that the villagers share with me. Because, of course they do. Craftable. Yeah, I was in the Mad Maddie live stream. I actually ended up winning one of the giveaways. I was really surprised because you can ask my family, we're not the kind of people who generally win things.
Nope, if there's any raffle, it's certainly not us.
I was kind of flabbergasted. I had to ask my friend Cyborg. I was like, wait, what did I win? Because I didn't even really know what I was entering. But Mad Maddie was super nice. It's great to have a community like that. Oops. That's not what I wanted. There. Oh, no! I know! I broke some kelp. Here's my little mini kelp farm. Just so I don't have to go down to the water. Do I see a crazy pig? Let me come look at this crazy pig. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I would say that pig has Austin Powers himself in there, and I don't think he can move. Look at him. What are you doing? I made it worse somehow. Huh. You leaving the game?
I am going to my single player. Still have to finish up
Alrighty.
my build.
You want to tell our kind viewers what you're doing?
Yeah, in the month of June, which is, it's almost over, but I built a village with 30 plots, and then for each day in June I'm building a house in creative mode.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm what, 4 more days left, so
yeah, it's the 26th.
Yep. So I built the house. I just have to decorate the inside yet for today.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that seems like a lot of fun. A lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is work, but it's fun. We'll see you, Tommy.
Yeah, see you, Tommy. Thanks for popping by. I need 2 more trapdoors of the birch variety. I have the wood on me. I just need to jump down and go make them. I'm putting a roof over our little Goldie friend. Yeah, I'm gonna drop his... I'm gonna drop Mad Maddie's Twitch channel in chat. He was a very good hype man today. He did a big giveaway stream because he hit 2,000 followers. And what he did for a couple of hours is people who were in the chat just dropped their Twitch channel, and then he would spam the link to their Twitch channel and try to get everyone who was watching him to follow. I mean, there were 30 people in the stream most of the time, so it was a very lucrative way of getting your follows up.
Yeah, that's really neat. Really, nice that he has that.
Mm-hmm. It's a good way to use your platform, I think.
Yeah.
Because I feel like following and following back is one of the best things that you can do as an early streamer. Oh, it's bedtime. It's starting to get dark out, and I've got all the lights off, so I might be ready to wrap up soon. I remember how I said I was gonna make up a pizza and have dinner. Didn't do that.
You didn't have dinner at all?
I had a bowl of cereal because I was just kind of derping around on social media, checking out some other streams, etc. And then I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh my, it is 6:25. I told Mom we were gonna stream.
That happens.
It does. And I mean, no harm done in all reality. That pig is still stuck there. I kind of want to name him something, but I don't have any more name tags on me. Just name that pig Austin Powers.
There you go. For whatever reason, I must not have been paying attention when I built this house because I keep getting like all turned around.
Are you seeing my stream right now? Because I think this villager is trying to use the stone cutter through the floor, or through the ceiling.
I think he is.
What are you doing, dude? It's a shame because, like, I want to keep setting up a really nice looking colony, but unfortunately, the villagers are dumb. So, like, you can set up whatever colony you like, but they're still gonna be dumb. Where are you, Spider? I hear you. Wow, it's really rainy today in this server.
That's what I was thinking.
Like, it literally just started raining and snowing again. Though I think from what I heard, if it's trying to rain and, like, we keep sleeping it away, or, like, toggling the weather or anything like that, it doesn't get out of the weather cycle that it's supposed to rain. So it'll just keep trying to restart the rain.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Silly as it might sound. Okay, so now what I need to do is I think I'm gonna put slabs all around the outside of this aquarium to prevent creepers from spawning close to it, because that's the last thing we need. Is a creeper coming along and saying, you know what, I don't want this aquarium here anymore. I don't want Goldilocks to live anymore. Just takes one creeper to ruin my day.
Yeah, they're pretty crappy.
They can be. Oh yeah, I didn't get to go on a jog today. Yeah, I think the slabs are. I think the slabs are a good idea too.
You went anywhere special?
Yeah, we went to an Italian place for lunch with a friend. It was really nice.
And then you jogged afterwards?
No, I didn't get to jog today. I wanted to.
Oh, I thought you said I went jogging today.
No. Usually I have a little loop that I do, right around where I live.
It's good to stay active.
It really is. I think it's important, especially as I start to get a little bit older, to try and make sure I'm keeping myself in decent enough shape. I try to always make myself take the stairs, even though every morning at work I get super winded. It's frustrating because with the COVID preparedness stuff that my workplace did, they forced us all to enter the building from the same location so that they could thermally screen and like make sure nobody was coming in that had a fever, which is a good idea, except for some reason the back door of the building where I work is like half a flight of stairs less than the front door. So it's like that extra half flight of steps just kills me every morning. It's kind of silly, honestly.
I know. At my part-time job, our break room is like up a crazy flight of steps.
All right, what do you think, Mom, of my little enclosure for Goldie? I think I might want to add a friend for Goldie.
Well, I'm sure if you go near,
Yeah, if I go back to your
swamp.
Goodbye, Spider.
Goodbye, friend of Hagrid.
Hello, viewers. I'm doing some Minecraft with my mom. My sister was playing with us earlier. Oh, you really like the aquarium? I spent the evening building this aquarium for Goldie the Axolotl. Playing here, we're building up this colony that we have named Tertalia, and we're building it up in survival mode. We've got a couple of creative mode tricks around the server, like these warp blocks to get to and from places. But for the most part, we've been playing survival mode. It's nice to have you all.
So the new amethyst blocks, when you walk over them, or like when you mine them and stuff, they make these like musical jewel noises.
Oh, wow.
It's really pretty.
Were you able to find any here in the main map, or no?
No, I didn't get very far.
That's fine.
I like basically just started my mine.
Gotcha.
So next time we play, I'll maybe get a little bit further. Maybe I'll find some deep slate.
Oh, yeah.
I like some of the new deep slate. I think it's the... Well, let me see. I'm in my creative menu on my
I'm
world.
actually looking at deep slate right now, if you check back to the stream.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Az did build this in creative mode. He added some, like, copper blocks to just play with the new stuff. I still love how...
Yeah, they're starting to get weathered because he didn't wax them.
No, he did that on purpose.
Oh, okay. They finally gave a purpose to beeswax.
I know, I saw. Flashback to earlier when I broke this target block, and I said, what is this target block? And it's literally just a block called target. Alright, I am off to the swamp over here to try to find an axolotl friend for Goldie. And then you said I need a bucket of tropical fish to breed them?
Yeah.
Alrighty. My luck seems to be stupid high today, so I wonder if I could get a blue one.
If there's any that have spawned there.
Right. Oh no, I even mean if I bring a second axolotl back to the aquarium.
Oh, and then breed them.
And then breed them. I would just have to go find some tropical fish, but I could go to our other village for it.
Yep. Because we have that in the coral village.
Splash! They were here earlier. I don't know that I see any at the moment. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Here, fishy. I wonder if
there had been some underneath my house, but I don't know that there are any.
Bye, Ross. Thanks for hanging out for so long. Really appreciate it. I will talk to you later. Oh, there's another Goldie. There's a pink one. There's a pink one.
Ooh.
Get over here. Yeah, got him.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna name this one Ross.
That's nice.
It's pink. I could name it Ross, or I could name it after my other streamer friend, Love Litchi. I was really hoping Az might have time to pop on tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if he got busy.
It's highly possible. I know that summers are a very busy time for him. They tend to do a lot of camping. I'm still very sad that our tabletop RPG has to be on pause until, like, the end of July.
Yeah.
Because Beth pointed out, of course, that he's busy until the 18th, and then we go on vacation, like, the week after that.
Yeah.
Granted, like, we'll be back on Saturday, but still. So I still need to put some slabs down to keep creepers at bay. Oh, is it nighttime? Oops. Give me a sec. I'm adding our other friend. There's a villager sleeping in a bed, and they're holding bread. Is that new? Like, are they supposed to hold food when they're sleeping?
I don't think so.
Because they're holding food while they're sleeping.
They're comfort food.
Right? Yeah, look at this guy. He's just like munching on some bread in his sleep. This guy's got a potato. He likes his French fries. What can I say? Oh, there's a fox in the farm. Hello, fox. What do you have? What do you have? Give it. I think you got rabbit. I like this farm you built, Mom. Like, I like the fact that the farm inside, there's a path through it, so it's not just your normal, like, strips of crops. I feel like it matches the flow of the town a lot better. Are you okay if I take another, name tag from your basement? Oh, you learned that from Scar? Is that a Hermitcraft player? Okay, good. I will take another name tag. I still need to make an anvil for here, because it feels silly to have to run all the way back to our main hub just to use a name tag.
Oh my gosh, did you know that you can change the position of, like, the armor stand?
I did, mostly because I saw that Az had started moving them, and they looked like mannequins, and I knew that you would hate it.
Yeah, they're super creepy, but I didn't know you could do that in, like, just vanilla.
That's new, as of this update.
Oh! I did it by accident and it scared the heck out of me. You know, I love mannequins.
Oh, I know. They're your favorite. So if I have a tropical fish, how can I make it a bucket of tropical fish?
You can't.
I would have to place... I can't even place it in the water, right? Unless it's
Right.
already in the bucket?
Yeah, you can't. You have to catch it live.
Okay. Well, I have a place where I can do that at least. Oh no, the tropical fish is dead. That's why. If it's not in a bucket, it must be dead. Because you already caught it and you fished it up.
That is so creepy that you can change the armor stands. Ugh.
I have enough iron here, so I'm just going to make an anvil here for Tertalia. You can't even cook and eat the tropical fish? That seems kind of like a waste.
They're worthless.
You're worth absolutely nothing to me. Oops, nope, I wanted polished. Can I polish this? No, I can't. Ding. Alright. We are going to name our new pink axolotl friend after my other streamer friend, Lovelichi. She recently sent me some amiibo coins for Animal Crossing New Horizons, so I was able to access the Sanrio villagers and start getting some of their special furniture, which was really nice of her, because I know that it costs money to make those coins. Here, Lovelichi. Here, Lovelichi. There you are. Lovelichi and Goldie. Oops. There go my ankles. Look at them swimming around together. I actually don't know if I want to try to breed them, because I don't feel like that enclosure is really big enough for more than 2 axolotls. I know theoretically you could cram them in there like sardines, but I kind of like it to resemble a sense of realism. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Why didn't I put the kelp back? Because clearly I wanted to sand pillar up and go through all that trouble a second time. Obviously, Mom. I don't think I need more than 2 kelp in there. But I still, I need to place my slabs all around the outside of this building because I do not want creepers spawning next to the glass. That would be so bad. I suppose I could go into creative and place, like, the force field blocks, but I'm trying very hard to do things as vanilla as possible. At least until I, like, upright want to play in creative mode. Oh, thank you for breaking some of that snow. So if you weren't aware, hostile mobs cannot spawn on a block when it is only half of a block. So, they can't spawn on these particular blocks. They can step on them all they'd like, but they won't spawn there at the very least. And I think that's pretty important in trying to keep that area safe. Oh yeah, I want to close up this coal hole.
Sounded funny.
I know. I said it and then I was like, it's too funny to not say it.
Instant regurt.
What's that?
Instant regurt.
I don't know. I think the concept of a coal hole is still really funny. Just because it's fun to say. Say it.
It does sound funny.
Say it, I dare you.
Coal hole.
Alrighty. Oops. Yeah, I want some more. In before, this is the stream where you watch Redria run back to the stone cutter 80 separate times. That's it, that's the stream. See, I'm spoiled by mod packs where, like, you can have a crafting table on a stick that just follows you.
Is that really a mod?
Yes. Like, it's an
Wow.
item that you can keep in your pockets. It's a crafting table on a stick. You literally take a crafting table and a stick. That's it.
I need one of those.
I know. It's so hard to go back to playing without it. Yes, so this is the little enclosure. I love them. Goldie and Lovelichy. Lovelichy actually got to Twitch affiliate about a month ago, I think. It was kind of silly because I knew that she'd been streaming for a little bit, but I hadn't really put much thought into it. And then I was talking to her, and she's like, yeah, I'm like 2 followers away from reaching 50 and getting affiliate. And I'm like, Okay, so Fudge and I will follow you. Bam, you're done.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, followers are free, so it
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense, I think. It's a good way of networking, too. Like, Cyborg and I met on Twitter, I think, Cyborg63, and he's been doing some Minecraft streams lately, too, as has, Thywar. Is it Thywar Clark?
Yeah.
So at the very least, Cyborg and I are planning on a Minecraft collab. We have to figure out time zones because he's based in the UK and I'm based in the US, but we're thinking that a Saturday might be able to work out.
That'd be neat if you could do that.
And honestly, I'll talk to Az, but the easiest thing I can think of is just like inviting them to play here instead of like paying to set up a realm or anything like that. Well, alright. Aquarium is done. I think this might actually be where I wrap up tonight, because every room in my house is dark, and I have not stopped to turn on the lights. I'll do a quick little posture check. And I think it's time for me to go downstairs, make up a pizza, and kick back with
Ooh, yum.
some of the office.
Jealous.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate all of the support that I've gotten today. I was in a stream with Mad Maddie. I plugged him in chat earlier and ended up getting all the way to my 50 followers that I needed. It's super awesome. Yeah, I hope you guys all have a good night. Thanks for coming out. I'm hoping that I can make these Minecraft family nights a thing more regularly. Bye, everyone.